Welcome back to Weekly Briefing. Joe Biden continued to claim that Russian aggression is the primary reason for rising gas prices. But he reiterated that defending freedom across the world was more important.
Defending freedom will have cost for us as well and here at home. We need to be honest about that. But as we do this, I'm going to take robust action to make sure the pain of our sanctions is targeted at the Russian economy, not ours.
That's like the exact opposite of reality. Derrick, what do you say?
He needs to be honest with the American people and let people know that the issue with our energy right now has been self-inflicted by this administration and the policies and regulations that have been put on the oil and gas industry. We should not be in this situation right now when we have an abundance of affordable and reliable natural resources right here in this country that we have, if we get access to it, by reducing regulations and changing policies.
And we talked about this a little bit when we were talking about Russia-Ukraine situation, but can you just explain, give us a little bit more detail about how buying the oil from Russia actually emboldens Russia and profits them?
Yeah, as I was saying, according to the Energy Information Administration, we have more than doubled our what we buy from Russia right now. And in 2019, again, we were the #1 exporter of oil and natural gas to the world. Russia was buying it from us. And so now because of this policy of this administration, now things have completely shifted. Now we're buying from them. And so this emboldens Putin right now, because the sanctions right now that they're putting on him really don't matter, because the rest of the world, he's supplying them with natural gas and oil right now.
So he's cash rich.
He's also, this is a pathetic attempt to explain 40-year high outrageous inflation. So
Yes.
They will blame anything as an excuse. He's defending freedom, so you have to have a 40% pay cut.
Right.
That's what he's talking about.
Crazy. Supreme Court justices denied cert for healthcare workers in Maine to block the state's COVID-19 vaccine mandate. The state of Maine stopped allowing religious exemptions to the mandatory vaccinations, which the group of healthcare workers claims was unconstitutional. The justices declined to hear the case. Did the Supreme Court get this one right, John?
No, they definitely didn't. And this has been kind of disappointing over and over on this issue. Number one, we should always be erring on the side of religious freedom. I don't understand why the Supreme Court isn't doing that here. But two, this is a decision for a person to make themselves. And the idea that government should be able to determine what goes into our body, there are side effects to all these things. That should be a decision I should be allowed to make, or a healthcare worker in Maine should be allowed to make.
Yeah. Chris, what do you think about the Supreme Court denying cert? Not just for this case, they're really punting on the issue of government overreach.
Yeah, it's a cowardly punt, and it's negligence. They need to affirmatively reinforce religious freedom as a legitimate. Look, all the people that are pro-choice are suddenly silent on vaccines, right? What happened to my body, my choice? All of a sudden, everyone has amnesia, right? And the court should have enough guts to say, if it's good enough in this case, it's good enough in others. And so we have religious liberty and freedom, and you cannot compel me to do something against my conscience.
I think it's interesting. We're seeing this in pretty much every aspect of Democrat policy positions, that they are now in a position where they have to contradict themselves on earlier positions.
It's called hypocrisy. That's the one-word answer for it.
I think it's a little more than hypocrisy, though. I think they really do believe there's this hierarchy of what they're allowed to do that we aren't. And we see that in COVID mandates, as well as the way that they're treating protests from the right versus protests on the left.
Yeah, I think that it's just elitism is what it is. I get to choose and you don't. And now that you're trying to make me justify it, it doesn't make any sense. So I'm going to be angry with you and burn down your cities.
Years ago, there was a bumper sticker the woman had on her car: "Keep your hands and your laws off my body." What happened to that theory?
I think you should put that on your car, Derrick. I would love to see that. Okay, Democrat Senator Elizabeth Warren commented on the Biden administration's requesting an extra $30 billion in funding to fight COVID. Warren says she thinks the extra money is necessary.
The administration is doing what it should do. It is not only helping make sure that we have vaccines and testing available now, it's also preparing for the next possible wave of either COVID or the next pandemic of a different origin. That is the responsibility of the federal government. Only they need resources to be able to do that. They need money from Congress. So I support the requests that they're making.
Elle, do we need to spend $30 billion to fight COVID?
Well, the thing we all know about the federal government is once it decides to spend money on something, it doesn't stop spending. I saw something this morning that the government has spent $58,000 per household on COVID. And I think we all agree that we could personally spend $58,000 better than the federal government has spent it for us over the last 2 years.
Yeah, I could think of a few ways.
But all of this COVID, all the regulations, the point has been a power grab. It's been a money grab. It's been a grab to be able to shut your business down, to shut your speech down if you disagree. And this is no different.
And what would the money even go to? Like, what do we need for COVID?
It's a great question because the pandemic is over.
Vaccines, maybe? I don't know. It's crazy. Okay. All right. It is time for the lightning round. Here we have 3 minutes to give the panelists each 10 seconds to answer and get through as many questions as possible. We'll start with Derrick. A Gallup poll revealed that only 36% of Americans approve of the way Joe Biden is handling the Russia-Ukraine situation. Can Biden recover in time for the midterms?
No, absolutely not. There's no way.
Elle, what do you think?
Well, he's not just recovering from bad polling on Ukraine, it's also from inflation, from Afghanistan, from the southern border, from the COVID response. So no, he's not recovering.
Good point.
I'm just shocked it's at 36%.
That was actually my reaction too. It was like, who are these people?
It's only going to get worse.
I think that's true. Okay. The 3 Democrats in San Francisco, the school board members who were recalled, blame white supremacy for their removal. Is this a winning strategy?
Absolutely not. I'm so sick of the Democrats always using the race card. I'm going to start using race card every single time.
I can't wait to see the bumper stickers on your car. Okay, Elle, what do you think?
Well, this is the strategy that Terry McAuliffe tried to use to win the Virginia governor's seat by just calling his opponent a white supremacist. And that didn't work for him, and I don't think it's going to work in San Francisco.
Please keep doing it.
Yeah.
This is great. You're going to win so many elections talking about white supremacy. So many.
It's not just white supremacy, it's climate change.
Oh, climate
Both.
change. That's right. They're both very, very scary. Okay, what do you want to hear at Joe Biden's State of the Union address?
Some truthfulness.
Oh, okay. I don't think you're going to get it.
I would love it.
You said what I want.
I would love it if his handlers would write some humility into that speech, but I don't think it's going to happen. I think he's going to use it as an opportunity to smear his opponents as domestic terrorists again.
I resign.
Oh, that would be a good one.
A lot of nasty heckling.
I would like to see that too. I hope that the Republicans in the audience actually participate. Okay, Derrick, did the fight for freedom around the world overshadow the Olympics?
Yeah, I didn't even know I forgot they were happening.
Yeah, I think a lot of people did.
I kind of boycotted out of indifference.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was in China. I mean, we're not going to support
Right.
that. It's insane.
Likewise, what Olympics?
It was in China, but the show was in Canada. Okay, which primary races are key to watch in 2022?
All of them.
Okay.
Wyoming, Liz Cheney's challenger.
Yeah, that'll be a good one.
There's a lot of battles for the heart and soul of conservatism in Ohio and Arizona, so it's going to be really interesting.
The entire country. I mean, this is going to be a game changer, and it will signal 2024.
It is a fight for our country. All right, don't go anywhere. When we come back from the break, we'll cover which topics our panel thinks is important.